Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into AFRIQ 24, your 24-hour YouTube channel where we bring to you the latest news on sports. We also tackle politics. We have shows that air each and every day just for you. So we are here to educate you, we are here to inform you, we are also here to entertain you, to ensure you get the best treatment from this media house, Afrique 24. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, join the family, and let us build the fan base. So welcome to Dimba AFRIQ, where we're going to break down each and every game that has aired this weekend in the world of football. So as you are seeing on the banner down there, breaking news: Erik Ten Hag has been sacked by Manchester United, and it has happened some few hours ago. And we are here to break it down. What went wrong? What went right? So we are here to break it down to you. So yes, that is his image. He was sacked today by Manchester United. Yes, Erik Ten Hag was signed by Manchester United as a coach some few years back. It started when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was fired. Then Ralf Rangnick joined Manchester United as an interim manager. Then after he left, Erik Ten Hag was signed by Manchester United from Ajax, and we know him very well as being a very good coach. In his days in Ajax, he was able to reach the semi-final of the Champions League. He also he also was able to beat the likes of Real Madrid, and mind you, he had the youngest squad in the Champions League in that year, which in 2019 when he went up against Real Madrid, but lost to Tottenham in the semi-finals. So he was showing glimpses of being a very good manager. So he was snapped by Manchester United, and in his first season, Erik Ten Hag was able to win the Carabao Cup for Manchester United, and he had a very brilliant first season. He also got to qualify for the Champions League, and the Manchester United fans were happy to have a new manager who had a very good playing style because playing on the he was playing on the counter attacks because that is the playing style that suits Manchester United. They sit back, then they let you attack them, they soak in the pressure, then they are able to wait for you to make a mistake. Then they can be able to push players forward with the likes of Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Mark Anthony, and the rest. They're able to catch you on the counter attack, and they are very lethal. They are very lethal. You give them a chance, they will score you, they will beat you. So in his first season, Erik Ten Hag did well, clinched the Carabao Cup, had very good signings such as Casemiro, and he brought in his Ajax boys, the likes of Tyrell Malacia. And in that season, they were able to finish third. They finished third in the league, which it was a good. He was showing glimpses of coming in as a good manager. And mind you, that season he was able even to beat Mikel Arteta at Old Trafford, 3 goals to 1. So Eric Ten Hag was a good manager. In his second season, it did not go quite well for him because Manchester United had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of ups. More so the downs. The downs were very many more than the ups, and he did not do well in his second season. But in his second season, we can forgive him. Why? Because he also had a lot of injuries. Mind you, last season Manchester United and Chelsea were the two teams which had a lot of injuries. So we got to the point that Eric Ten Hag is a good manager, but the injuries were able to limit him from getting the players that he wanted to be in his to the players that he wanted to be in his starting 11 so that he can implement his style of play and continue with the good work that he had started building. So last season Manchester United was poor. They had one of the worst finishes in their history as a club. We also saw the departure of the veteran Cristiano Ronaldo because they had a fallout with Erik Ten Hag, and the veteran Cristiano Ronaldo also said that he has no respect for Erik Ten Hag as a manager and as a person. For reasons being, we know Erik Ten Hag was not playing Cristiano Ronaldo. So Cristiano Ronaldo departed to Al Nasser, and so in his second season they performed poorly, but there was some light at the end of the tunnel because towards the end of the season, Manchester United had an easy run to the final of the Carabao Cup, final of the FA Cup, where they played Liverpool in the semi-final, which was a difficult game, but they were able to turn things around thanks to goal by the Ivorian young man Amad Diallo, who was able to score the winner in the dying minutes to be able to send Manchester United to the finals of the FA Cup, even though they had a difficult game against that was in the quarter. In the semi-finals, they had a difficult game against Coventry. Coventry was very difficult for them. Coventry almost beat United, but United got lucky in the dying minutes. Coventry were not able to Coventry were not able to beat the offside trap, and so them not being able to beat the offside trap meant that they could not beat United because they had them by the skin. They threatened United. So United were able to capitalize in the penalties. They won against they won against Coventry and were sent to the finals. On the other hand, Manchester City were able to clinch the Premier League title. And after clinching the Premier League title, Manchester City they were supposed to face United in the FA Cup final, and there were there were some rumors by players like Jack Grealish who came on to say that the players of Manchester City were too drunk celebrating they won the Premier League, so they did not create enough time to prepare against United, which is a wrong thing. And United were very much prepared for the FA Cup because they knew that was the only chance they had of clinching a title and also qualifying for Europe. So they gave it their all. If you saw that game they played against Manchester City, they were on fire with the likes of Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Mino. Those players were on fire and they did well. They were able to secure the 3 points for Manchester United and they clinched the FA Cup. And fortunately, they also qualified for Europe, playing in the Europa League and also knocking Chelsea down to the Conference League. And after that, Manchester United they were not able to sack Erik Ten Hag because he was able to win a trophy. So they saw it this way: if we can clinch a title and we're in our one of our worst ever seasons, so meaning if we back this manager, we will be able to get more titles, and we have the Europa League. So they saw it as a place to start for them, of which it is a good thing. So this season, Erik Ten Hag has been backed by a lot of signings which are very expensive. They brought in the likes of Lenny Yoro, good centre back. They brought in Joshua Zirkzee, a very good striker who is little at the front. They also brought in the veteran Matthijs de Ligt, who is very good playing from the back. They also brought in a very good number of players to add on the likes of Garnacho, Marcus Rashford, and Kobe Mino, who is good coming up from the academy. So this season, Manchester United have made very good signings, very good signings. So we knew now with last season, Ten Hag had a lot of injuries. So this season, he will be given all his players and plus the new management, Jim Ratcliffe was had backed him enough. So he was backed financially, and he was also backed just the support that managers need. So going into this season, we knew Manchester United was going to be very dangerous, very very dangerous. But from the start of the season, we saw them we saw them being just the same as they were last season. They have made new signings. The players that were injured are back, except for Mason Mount, who is still having some issues. But there was still something missing from this Manchester United. The playing style was not working. Things were not clicking. But they were able to get some few wins at the start of the season. Then as they went on, things started things started falling apart for Erik Ten Hag. Things started falling apart on his end because he was losing to teams, being battered by Liverpool 3-0 at home, being battered by Spurs 3-0 at home, losing to recently West Ham. West Ham have had one of the worst starts to the Premier League this season, and yet they were able to beat United. Imagine. So Eric Ten Hag has made lots and lots of losses this season. We also saw them lose to Brighton. In 3 games in the Europa League, they only have one win. And so the management sees this as a this partnership with Eric Ten Hag is not going anywhere. So they have decided to part ways with him today. So Eric Ten Hag has been sacked today. Ruud van Nistelrooy will continue as the interim manager to try and pull the strings together. We can't just judge him very early because we haven't seen what Ruud van Nistelrooy can do as a manager, but we can't dispute what he did as a player. So and he has a very big task ahead because on Sunday he's up against Enzo Maresca, who is flying in the Premier League. Enzo Maresca's team is scoring goals, although they have issues with defending, but they are scoring many, many, many goals. So for Eric Ten Hag, I don't think he's a bad manager, but I think he needs to take 2 steps back, go rest a bit, then assess where he went wrong at United because we saw him doing very well at Ajax. It could be maybe that he works well with the young players because we saw that at Ajax he was working very well with the young players. So maybe when he's given experienced players, he's not able to put a team together to work for him. It could be one of the issues. That is just an opinion. But we need to see him in managerial again. He needs some time off, and Ruud van Nistelrooy has a tough task against Chelsea, even if it's at home. At Old Trafford, he has a very tough task ahead of him because Chelsea are high flying, the likes of Cole Palmer, the likes of Nicholas Jackson. So he has to beware of Chelsea this Sunday. And who could be the right man for the job at United? There are very good managers out there. But for me, my take is if they get Zinedine Zidane, then United will be a force to reckon. Because Zinedine Zidane has been out of managerial. We saw what he did at Real Madrid, clinching 3 Champions League titles in a row for the first time ever in the history of that competition. Won a number of La Ligas, hasn't gotten any job. So right now, Jim Ratcliffe should be thinking of bringing in the veteran Zinedine Zidane to clinch the job. I believe he's the right guy for the job because right now United needs somebody who can bring in a manager bounce for them to be able to go on and do well. So that is my take on the breaking news that Erik Ten Hag has been sacked, and Dimba AFRIQ will be airing very soon with Boniface Kimanzi, and we also have the political talk show 60 Minutes, which will be airing later on either by Mzalendo or Kimanzi. So make sure you stay tuned to AFRIQ 24. It's our 24-hour YouTube channel where we are able to break down each and everything that is happening in the world of politics, in the world of sports, and we bring you exclusive content. So, to those ones who are watching, thank you very much. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe button as we head on the road to 2,000 subscribers. My name is Alex Ogega. Thank you so much.